Welcome back. Now we're going to graph categorical variables. Uh, there's a couple ways that you can graph categorical variables. One way is with bar graphs and side-by-side bar graphs. Um, now, if usually what you have on the x-axis, you have the categories, and on the y-axis it's either the count or the percent. Now, the side-by-side bar graphs are good when there's multiple variables. Here's some examples. On the left-hand side, we have one variable for the bloating. And on the right-hand side, we have two variables where we have the type of either whether it's a brand cracker combo or control, and then we have uh, the distribution of each of those graphed out. So this is called a side-by-side bar graph, and this is just a regular bar graph of just one variable. One other way that we can show this data is in something called a ribbon chart. So they're like bar graphs, but they stack things up and they go from 0% to 100%. So if we have one variable, you can see that the bloating of this variable, most of it is about 40% is none, looks like about 20% is medium, this percent is low, and then high is just 7% or something like that. And it can either go vertically or it can go horizontally. Now, if I want to add another variable to that group, I can have two variables in ribbon charts. And sometimes these are also called segmented bar graphs. So I should uh, segmented bar graphs. Um, and so what we have here is we have brand, combo, and control. And we have the variables, the distribution inside of here. So you can see low is here, medium is that much, and the rest is none. Now, this sometimes over here it's in percentage, and on over here they have it as just frequency or the number of times. So it all just depends on what you want your graph to say. Now there's different variations, and I just mentioned this. Sometimes they use percents rather than counts, and sometimes they use counts rather than percents. Also, sometimes they use the conditional distributions rather than the actual data. Here we just graphed the actual data. Uh, Now pie charts. Pie charts are something that are used, uh, and you'll want to use pie charts when you want to see parts of a whole. Pie charts are difficult to make. Like if you want to draw a pie chart by hand, you need to use a protractor and make sure your degrees are correct. Um, and that's just difficult to actually make them by hand. And they're actually pretty difficult for people to read and compare the distribution and to see which one's bigger, uh, how they're distributed. So a lot of statisticians really do not like pie charts. Um, Now I want you guys to make a side-by-side bar graph and for your color and gender data. And then I also want you guys to make a segmented bar graph for the conditional distribution and by the conditional distribution by columns. All right, good luck.